All right, and welcome, StarCraft Nation. This is Venerati bringing you yet another game in between SjoW and Huck. This is the second round in the best of 5 King of the Hill NVIDIA gosu Gamer tournament. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's King of the Hill, and it's going to be awesome. And, of course, throwing the nice GGs out there. Huck, the great gamer. SjoW, not too familiar with him, honestly. Both of them, though, really nice guys. Haven't had the chance to meet them in person, but can't wait to do so. Anyway, so right now we are sitting on Metalopolis, and it's going to be pretty interesting because we've got the closest spawning you can get. I mean, well, I take that back. We've got really close spawning. We have SjoW in the north o'clock, and we have Huck in the 9 o'clock. And, you know, if it had been before the patch, Huck could have really put some hate on SjoW if he had thrown some really early zealots, which we might see, not sure. We're actually seeing some probe attack again, always, you know, Huck pushing his probes, do as much damage as you possibly can. Let's see, yeah, there's that wounded SCV right there, which is the unfortunate thing about the human SCVs. Wait, what am I talking about? The Terran SCVs don't have any sort of shield or any sort of regenerative abilities other than repair, which we see right here. This this SCV is definitely saying, get off my buddy. And we do see repair going down on this other SCV, so the SjoW really not wanting to lose any SCVs to Huck and doesn't want any delay on that barracks. So the SjoW is chasing Huck's SCV that is carrying a little piece of mineral. If you didn't see up there earlier, Huck actually ran him over there and grabbed a piece of mineral. And, you know, supply depot going down so that the probe can whisk away. And we do have a Marine coming up, so if Huck chooses to keep his probe in the area much longer, he's going to be feeling some hurt. Zapping that one SCV with his taser. Don't tase me, bro. Yeah, I know, that's pretty old. But, so we do have a Marine coming out, and we do have a second barracks coming down before the other supply depot. So, going to be pretty close. And we're seeing the orbital command come out there. Pretty standard Terran shenanigans. And we have this Marine coming up here, and he's going to say, hey, what's up? And try to scope out what's going on. We see his... Excuse me. And we actually see a chrono-boosted out Zealot gonna rain on that Marine's parade, because that Zealot is going to tear into him if he gets close enough. And we see some micro from the SjoW trying to keep that Marine alive. And the Zealot says, hey, you know what? Enough of you. And I'm just going to go to your base and scout and see what you're up to. And Spring is trying to chase him down, which, unfortunately, they're both at the same speed. And actually, the Zealot turns around and is going to try to kill the Marine, and the probe's getting in on this action, too, trying to block the Marine and get in his way so the Zealot can get a shot off. And he does get one shot off here and does a lot of damage to the Marine. The Marine does not like that plasma beam. Plasma? Zealot? Is that plasma? I don't know. And we see another attack coming in on the Marine, and the Marine is not doing too good. So one more attack, and the Marine will go down. And are we going to see? Yes, we do see the Marine get chopped in half at the waist. Pretty brutal. And we actually see 2 early on Zealots, so like I said earlier, we are seeing a little bit of Zealot pressure. Not as potent as it used to be, but the Zealot is getting pounded by the Marauder. The Marauder does not have the slow ability. So the Zealots are not going to be completely alone too bad, but the Zealot is going to die to that Marauder, and this probe is going to die, unfortunately. He had no hope. He just got a train ran on him. And we do see concussive shells coming out, so those Zealots are going to see a pretty rough time. But we see a Stalker here guarding the high ground, and Huck is actually chrono-boosting his cybernetics core for nothing. And we do, there we go. We do see the warp gate technology coming in here, and we see, yes, we have three gateways coming in for Huck, so we're going to see some early pressure, maybe a 1 base, not really sure what's going on, but we do see the SjoW coming out here with Marauder Marine mix. It's a 3-4 mix right there, and this Stalker and Sentry is not going to really be able to do much. The Sentry can't actually block this ramp, which is exactly what he needs to do now, and the Sentry is going to get sniped, but he does throw down this force field. So the Stalker, if he stops moving, can kill this Marauder by himself. This force field is going to give up. Oh, and we do see a second force field going in, and that Stalker blows into one little chunk right there, and this Marauder's still alive, and it's going to be pretty interesting to see what Huck does to repel this. Actually bringing probes into it. He's got 5 probes in there as the fodder squad. We have more probes coming up here to try to force the Terran player out of the base. And we see a Marauder go down, and we see a couple probes blow up. And the Terran is not going to go away. The SjoW is pressing his advantage here, and is going to see if Huck can really do anything here, because he's got Zealots, and they do not have legs. And these concussive shells are just really going to neuter the Zealots' threat. These Zealots really don't have anything going for them because they are not able to go. And we have the SjoW trying to snipe this pylon, trying to knock off the power for these gateways. But luckily, Huck does have another pylon right here. And we see the Zealots trying to run up and through the ramp and keep these guys at bay. But we're going to see a Zealot get sniped and potentially another Zealot go down. These Zealots are pretty much useless right now. We do see another Zealot go down into a little cluster of red soul dust. I don't know what that is. But we do see a Stalker on the field, so these Stalkers are going to be able to pick off the Marauders while these Zealots eat the damage. Oh, we see another one get sniped, and we see a second Stalker go down, and this Sentry is going to go down too, and I don't know what Huck is going to do about this. This Observer is not really going to be able to do much except observe the carnage, and these probes are doing a desperate attempt to drive these Terran forces down, and Huck pulls almost all of his probes off the line, and we see another Stalker go down, so we have one Stalker trying to do some DPS against these probes, and these Marauders are sitting trying to micro and kill as many of these probes as possible. And of course, these Marauders are not feeling the love. That guy is definitely coming down off a high, and yeah, that probe is going to die. And this pylon is getting focused down, and this Stalker is going to kill that Marine, and that Marauder is gone. But of course, we see the SjoW coming up with even more reinforcements. I do not see how Huck is going to be able to do anything against this. He has no probes left, so his Butterfly is gone. We see a couple force fields come down, and we do see Huck throw the GG, so wow. That was a really quick game. Only 9 minutes and 26 seconds, and the SjoW just outproduced. Let's go ahead and look at the Army tab over here, and let's go units lost. Yeah, the SjoW able to out-micro Huck, and Huck just was not in the right position to counter what the SjoW was pulling out. That early Zealot really that put Huck in a really bad position because the SjoW already had another expansion coming out. So if Huck was somehow miraculously able to fight off this attack, he was still economically, I mean, he was nothing. 180 to 1,000. There was no love for Huck on this one. So right now we're sitting at 2-1 favoring the SjoW. I don't know if Huck's really going to be able to do anything in this, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Huck is going to pull out of his hat. And guys, thank you so much for watching this, and I will see you next time.